Good afternoon, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Oulton Park, and welcome to another round of the Road to the FIA Motorsport Games 2024. We're out here for round 4, races 7 and 8, and as always, we've got the silver class opening up the road tonight. In the silver class, it's Mark Zubarev at the top of the standings, 128 points to his name. Dormalka, though, very, very close behind, just 115 points. Not just, but just 13 points, the gap between them. And Berti Galili on 97. He's the last one in that top 3, trailing the championship leader. We're in the middle of our qualifying session. The drivers starting to set laps. And here's your championship leader. This is Mark Zubarev that you're seeing now on your screens. Heading down into the braking zone for the chicane here. Puts up quite a bit of action this part of the circuit. Interesting weather radar as well. We are looking at about 20% chance of rain as we get towards the latter end of these races here tonight. It's a very similar weather prediction for the pro class as well, but we'll see if it is actually the same weather, or we'll be seeing different drivers, or we'll be seeing different conditions for drivers. Remember, only the pro class delegates their driver into the FIA Motorsports Games to represent Israel in 2024 in Valencia. Hopefully a beautiful and sunny Valencia that we'll have. The FIA Motorsport Games have been traditionally in Southern Europe. We had the FIA Motorsport Games in Rome and the circuit of Vallelunga. In 2022, the FIA Motorsport Games visited Marseille and the circuit Paul Ricard, and this time we're visiting Valencia and the circuit Ricardo Tormo. First lap times on the board. Adrian Cohen very much quickest at the moment, but second laps sometimes can be quicker. It's only 2 laps that the drivers have. Ido Isaac goes up into second place. And he's got 1 more lap to go. Berti Galili up into 5th. The driver in 3rd in the championship. Dormalka, he's in 7th at the moment, 1.7 off the current pole time by Adrian Cohen, who is actually looking to improve. This is Isaac, but this is Adrian Cohen. At the end of the lap almost, I think Mark Zubarev's a bit further up, and he's going to cross the line just any moment. And does cross the line to improve, but only good enough for second in the front row of the grid. Is there an improvement coming from Adrian Cohen? I think there is. And lap time deleted? Yes, I think so. For track limits, most likely. This is Ido Isaac. So he's that closest competitor at the moment. Looking at other lap times, we can see a very fast lap time from Talsegal Safiron, but that could also be a glitch in the timing screens. It doesn't look like Ido Isaac is improving too much on this one. Drivers end their qualifying attempts. Let's see what Ido Isaac can do, and takes the line. No improvement, no improvement for him, but Safiron does have a shot at an improvement. He'll have 2 shots at an improvement. See how that changes here. Talsegal as well. His lap time, predicted lap time, looking very positive as he comes out of the final turn, flies out of the final turn using that outside curb. Let's see what lap time he does set. And up to third. Wow, so up to third. Timing screen wasn't lying with his predicted time. This is Safiron. And lap time deleted, I believe, but that would have put him in about 7th position. Alsegaldo does have another lap to complete. Can complete another one and has enough time to do it. I wonder if the Safiron does have the same chance. The session will stop once the clock ticks down. And we'll get our final grid order. But Talsegal looking very, very positive here. Lap times coming down. And looks positive to be in the 33s to 34s, somewhere in that range. So hovering around that provisional front row seat, at least on our predicted timing screen as we look at it. Live timing also available on rip.com, and very, very wide out of the turn there, and I think that's going to be very, very difficult to improve. It's not going to be improvement. Talsegal backs out of that one. Safiron, though, I don't think he's going to have enough time, but his provisional time, well, his expected time looking great, but it's not going to be enough. Not enough time to cross the line. I think he would have been super duper fast. Was that enough? No, it wasn't, but I think it would have been in the 33s. I think that's what we expected out of that one. The drivers get on to the grid. Adrian Cohen on the right there. You can't really see him, but I promise you he's there. He's definitely ready to get going. Maybe a bit of a better camera angle this one. I think we don't have enough time to actually run through the grid for this one, but we can have a look at the qualifying results. Adrian Cohen takes pole position with Mark Zubrev on the front row next to him. Then it's Ido Isaac, Talsegal, Dormalka, Bertie Galili, Nikolai Lugovsky, Dima Medvenik, Orbram, Yehudot Ben Yosef, Aaron Delitsky, Avia Yarmakov, Ofer Mazus, Amnon Sahari, Tomer Horshovsky, Eric Lapter, Pinchas Landoy, Alexei Sorpin, Safiron, and Alon Katz in 20th and last on the grid. So that's your qualifying result, and didn't have much time to run through it as we're about to get ready to race. These silver class races, well, we've seen quite a bit of action. It's 20 minutes on the clock for this one. Everybody on the grid. And we're about to get going, and we're off. Looks like a decent enough start for Adrian Cohen. He won't have to cover the inside down into turn one, but actually, Mark Zubrev, I think he's made the move. They're still going to be side by side. Looks pretty clean as they get going. And Mark Zubrev does slot back in. Dormalka makes that move on Bertie Galili, and Nikolai Lugovsky makes the move as well. They're going to go side by side. That almost looked like free wide at some point. They're going to go side by side into the left-hander. I think it's flat in the Formula 4 cars. Something happened here. Something happened to Adrian Cohen. He's been off somewhere. The pole man, he's been off the road somewhere. And Mark Zubrev, the championship leader, he is now leading the pack as well. Let's have a quick look at that replay. Here we go. Onto the brakes and touching the grass and off. Wide, doesn't touch the barrier, but big mistake from Adrian Cohen. From pole down the field he goes. And it looked like he locked up again and went wide one more time. So difficult afternoon. Started the afternoon for him. Mark Zubrev doing a good job to get a gap. Dima Medvenik, he's definitely on pursuit. Gap opening back up. And there's another incident here for Adrian Cohen, and that wheel doesn't look great. And we might be able to see what happened there. Have a look at the replay. Your pole sitter. Oh, but that something already happened before, so maybe going wide beforehand. That damaged his steering, because it looked like the car wasn't turning at all. This is Dormalka. Logowski very close to him. Changes further back in the field, but we're going to stay with this battle for 4th position. Logowski in 5th in the number 69 machine. Dormalka in the 18 up in front, and he's creating a bit of a train behind him, because now it's Logowski, Galili, Medvenik, and Dolitsky as they go side by side. The 18, I think the 18's picked up a slowdown penalty. Dormalka losing a few spots as they go in side by side. That gives Logowski P4. Dormalka coming back at him, but coming back at Berdy Galili because Logowski's gone. Definitely. Medvenik now putting up a challenge versus Dormalka. Malka trying to fight back, but it looks like he just doesn't have the pace here. Seems to really be struggling with it. And this is Medvenik on Galili. And makes it stick. Oh, somebody's... definitely off. Malka off the road, heavily off the road. And have a replay for that one as well. Here. Oh, he went in super deep, locked up, hit the 420 of Berdy Galili, and, went off the road himself, so not a great turn there. This is Ido Isaac versus Tal Segal. Trying to make a move here. Gap is shrunk, definitely. Definitely a mistake by Tal Segal, who goes wide. That's going to be a slowdown penalty. Doesn't even need the slowdown penalty. Ido Isaac says, thank you very much, and takes that place in the all-white machine, the number 90, and passes the number 60 for 2nd place. And we'll try and catch up to Mark Zubarev up in front. You on Alon Katz, who's looks like he's continuing to struggle. There's battle here. Somebody off the road. I think that's Pinchas Landui, and gets it stopped, but comes back on to the track. This is Orbrom versus Alexei Sorpin. Both in these cream-colored cars, I'd call them. And that's Sorpin trying to defend. Sometimes this track's very difficult to watch because there's so much undulation. Mark Zubarev, fastest lap of the race, by the way, as Orbrom takes that position up into 10th. And somebody down to the pits, Offer Mazus down to pit road. That's, either a penalty or damage. Dormalka coming back at Sorpin, going through the field, and gets that move done. Orbrom in front of him. See if he can catch up and take that position. Obviously was running up in the front. But now facing difficulties. Adrian Cohen still in the pit, so not going to continue with this race. From pole to disaster for him. Definitely got a feel for him. He had a fantastic qualifying session. He looked untouchable after qualifying. But obviously, race is more difficult. Even Medvenik definitely went wide somewhere because he's just lost a place to Berdy Galili. And probably see what happened there. Nope, replay. And oh, touch of the grass off wide. Survives that one somehow. Good job on recovering it, but obviously a touch of the grass while that right-hand side tire's loaded. sometimes proving difficult. And they can spin these cars out very, very quickly. Dormalka in more trouble because he's now back down to 12th. And Tomer Horoshovsky got past him. Aviator Yarmakov is the one chasing him now. Ooh, bit of a slide. Or Braum, by the way. He started from the pits. Oh, off wide is Yarmakov. Over the grass, but successfully doesn't hit Dormalka. Was smart to put the brakes on and slow down through that section. Because if you keep your foot flat, you can very easily hit your rivals and just T-bone them off the road. Ido Isaac doing a great job, going quicker than Mark Zubarev last time round. So gaining time and doing it smart as well. So, good job by Ido Isaac. A lot of time though. Definitely more than what was expected. But it looks like the gap keeps ebbing and flowing between these two. Zubarev extends the gap, and Ido Isaac manages to reduce it off wide in turn 1, probably not adding any pace. Because a loss of 0.2 last time around, so not huge, but not great as well. So if that gap keeps ebbing and flowing, Mark Zubarev, he's got a great chance of taking victory here and extending his championship lead. And obviously extending his championship lead over Dormalka, who's having a nightmare of a race. He was up in that top 5, but his drop down has been dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping places. No signs of rain just yet. That changes as there was definitely contact there. Tomer Horoshovsky with a not so new looking front end. Actually, no. Tomer Horoshovsky looks fine. That's Alexei Sorpin who doesn't look great. His front end looking second-hand at best. A little bit of damage, and looks like he's struggling with it. Now under pressure from Tomer Horoshovsky, at least he was. Alexei Sorpin has that damaged front end. Tomer Horoshovsky behind. Then it's Yehuda Ben Yosef. No, that's why I got confused, because that's a lapped car in between them. And that's why it looked very strange. What is that map? We'll be able to figure that out. Probably not of utmost importance. Medvenik actually putting pressure on Nikolai Legovsky for 6th place. 2/10 that gap for the lead, by the way. He's coming down, maybe not enough to really put him under pressure. We're talking about Mark Zubarev. This is a battle definitely on track. I think we're having Right, audio's back. We just lost the audio for a moment there, so sorry about the quietness. No change, though, for 5th. But we are coming to a battle for the lead any moment now, I think. And that's got to worry Mark Zubrev. Obviously, wide from oh, wow, Lugovsky and Medvenik both into the wall. Lugovsky made a mistake, went wide, tried to rejoin, and then had contact. Medvenik down to pit road. Yep, is definitely. But battle coming back for the lead. So Ido Isaac in 2nd place. That's the fastest lap of the race as well. The battle's definitely on. 7 minutes to go in this one. It should be about 13 laps this race. At least that's what we have on our prediction. Battle for the lead. Definitely closing down. It will all depend now on how well can Mark Zubrev hold off Ido Isaac. And Talsegal not out of this one as well. 7/10 behind Ido Isaac. So this battle definitely still happening. You can see the gaps here from the aerial shot. Not big, those gaps for P1. You can see on the right-hand side now our battle graphic for 1st place. Gaps are tiny, 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 tiny gaps. They've got a lap car up in front of them. Let's hope he cooperates. And holding under a second, or just about under a second. It's not Formula 1. You don't have DRS. You don't have to worry about being a second behind someone at some kind of detection point. You just have to keep on racing. These cars don't need DRS. They can overtake very successfully on their own, as we've seen throughout this season. And closing in is Ido Isaac using the slipstream. Talsegal, he's not dropping off the back of these two either. He's definitely ready to pounce. If these two can get into a big battle, I'm sure Tal will think about making some moves. At least capitalizing on that one. If these two fight, they're going to slow each other up. They have contact. It's open water for Talsegal to get up. Or Braum, by the way, started from the pits up into 6th now. 25 seconds off the lead, but he'll line up 4th for race 2 if everything stays the same. But Ido Isaac 2/10 behind. This battle for the lead definitely on. They've dropped Talsegal, who's a little bit wide from Ido Isaac. He's going to have to avoid these mistakes if he actually wants that position. It's not going to be easy, but he wants that place. He'll need to. Need to avoid these sorts of mistakes and errors. Isaac continues to close in, so he really closes in on this first part of the lap. He gets very close and then goes back. Isaac again. You can see he loses a bit of time in that middle section. And he did lose time in the back section the last few laps. We'll see if that continues here. Will be 2 to go as they cross the line next time round. Again, a little bit wide from Ido Isaac, but he's kept closer this time. And that could be the difference here. The gap was down to 2/10 at one point. It's gone back up to 4. But survived that latter part of the lap that he struggled more in last time. This brings Tassagal back into it a little bit. Who's regained some time. Very wide from Ido Isaac. That's definitely an off track, but maybe he's got enough in his bank to keep doing them. Best lap of the race still belongs to him as well. 2/10 now as they reach a point where overtaking is possible. Not many places around this track where overtaking is possible, but this is definitely one of them. Into the braking zone for the hairpin. Mark Zubarev holds the inside and holds the lead for the time being. Remember, we've got race 2 coming right up with the top 10 reversed. So even these guys that have done a fantastic job getting away from the rest of the field will have to struggle and get past the whole field on a track where overtaking's definitely not easy. Dormalka, I believe, is down to pit road or not. At least showing weird with him. He's back out of pit road. It doesn't show that he's in pits, but very strange. Right, back to this battle. 3/10 between them. They've got that lap car in front that they haven't caught up to, really. So that's good news for Ido Isaac and Mark Zubarev, definitely. But he exiting the pits there. As the white flag flies, the gap, I think it's the closest it's been through the start-finish straight, or at least for a long time through the start-finish straight. Oh, a little bit of a touch of grass for Ido Isaac, and that could well be the end of his opportunity for the lead. Tassagal has dropped back from this battle. He's not putting pressure on either of them. They're catching up to a lap car that's definitely going to be slower. That definitely holds up Mark Zubarev. Ido Isaac back into this one where it looked like a few corners back he was completely out of it, but because Mark Zubarev getting held up by that lap car, everything changes once again. Still within a shot, but he's going to have to hope for a mistake from Zubarev, or he's going to have to ace this chicane where he struggled in the past, and looks like he struggles a little bit this time, and I don't think it's going to be enough. Struggling, obviously, because of that dirty air as well, coming off the cars, and not going to be enough, I believe. Not this time. And Mark Zubarev, he's going to hold on to it. He's going to hold on to the win here at Race 1 at Oulton Park, Race 7 of this season. The championship leader extends his gap as he takes another victory of this season. Mark Zubarev wins ahead of a charging Ido Isaac and Tassagal behind. Bertie Galili will take 4th, and Asaf Yaron, a very positive drive for him to finish 6th. Or Brom from the pits to P6. A great recovery drive from him. Nikolai Legovsky actually in battle with Aaron Delitsky. Aaron Delitsky trying to overtake here, but I don't think it's enough. Aaron Delitsky will finish 8th, and Aviad Yarmakov right behind him in 9th. So 7 for Legovsky, then it's Delitsky, then it's Yarmakov. Horoshovsky will take this one in 11th. In 10th, 11th for Yehuda Ben Yosef. Medvenik, well, he's taking the checkered flag. Alexei Sorpin in 13th, 14th for Alan Katz. Anon Sahari in 19th, 20th for Gal Adrian Cohen, your pole sitter. We have the heat results, well, the race 1 results. Here we go. Mark Zubrev ahead of Ido Isaac, then Bertie Galili, Safir Roan, Orbrom, Nikolai Legowski, Aaron Delitsky, Aviad Yarmakov, Tomer Horoshovsky, Yehuda Ben Yosef, and then Zima Medvenik, Alexei Sorpin, Alon Katz, Eric Lapter, Dor Malka, Offer Mazus, Pinchas Lando, Amnon Sahari, and Gal Adrian Cohen in 20th spot. So let's get ready for race 2 here. As the drivers are gridding up, race should start very soon. Tomer Harshovsky on pole position. And Aviad Yarmarkov will be in second, third for Aaron Delitsky, Nikolai Legowski in fourth, fifth for Orbrom, Safiron in sixth. Here we go. Ready to go light sound once again. And we're off. And clean start from everyone. I think Tomer Horoshovsky's going to hold the lead down into turn 1. Nikolai Legowski side by side. Somebody going off very wide, but I think they've gotten through it just about cleanly. Mark Zubrev in 8th at the moment. And trying to get past Ido Isaac. Somebody off the road, and that is Alon Katz. No rear wing, off the road. Tomer Horoshovsky, fantastic start by him. Everybody behind, battling. Somebody off. Mark Zubrev off the road, definitely. Huge accident, massive crash. Wow, so many drivers off the road. That's not great. And I think, yep, Dima Medvedik off. Mark Zubrev, no rear wing. He's going to have to come in and fix that. That is, wow, huge crash. What happened there? Let's have a look at the replay. Cars battling, but I think we got to look at this. This is your championship leader. What happens here? Brakes. Oh, had to avoid the 60, and just gets collected from cars behind. And then it's, well, everybody behind just crashing and crashing. So separate incidents, but similar outcomes for quite a few of these drivers. Oh, off the road. That is Aaron Delitsky. Aaron Delitsky off the road. Dor Malka from far back in the field. He's going to be up to 8th now. And Nikolai Legowski is putting pressure on Horoshovsky, both in the cream-colored cars. Whoa, Legowski, crash! Huge accident. A Safiron up into the air. Somebody else being taken out. I think that Dor Malka collected in that one. No. Oh, I'm sorry. So who was that collected? Orbrom collected in that one. What happened there? I think Legowski had a slow down. Here we go. Out. He has to slow down. Incident and collects. Orbrom. Yep, that is Orbrom. Collected. No fault of his own. But wow. The start of this race proving to be difficult. Safiron in the pits. Orbrom in the pits. Legowski in the pits. Alon Katz exiting the pits. Adrian Cohen making moves into 12th. For Adrian Cohen gets past Bertie Galili. This, though, gives a great chance for Tomer Horoshovsky. Ido Isaac up into 2nd, so he survived all of the carnage. And 2nd in race 1. Can he take a win in race 2? Offer Mazus here behind Amnon Sahari or 7th. Dor Malka, recovery drive from a very bad race 1. to a not-so-bad race 2. Cal Adrian Cohen, unlucky today, started from pole in race 1, has been involved in incidents all the way through. So, looking at it, is Mark Subaru back out on track? Yes, he is a lap down, but still racing. That's all for Mazus, putting pressure on Tahari. No move being made here just yet. Ido Isaac, though, closing in on the lead, taking huge margins out of Tomer Horoshovsky. Oh, spin. Does he touch that wall? No, he doesn't. And that puts Tal Segal into second place. So, wow, in such a place, it looked fine on entry. But turns out it was a little bit too fast. Got that car sideways. And that's how you lose a boatload of time. He's now under pressure from Aviad Yarmakov. I don't think Yarmakov will try and make too many moves. He knows that Ido Isaac's very, very quick. But look at how much traffic they've got up in front. The leaders, I think they've got Subarev. No, that's the 7. So the 7 of Dima Medvenik they've got in front. Off for Mazus and Tahari. Oh, they've had contact. They've definitely had contact. Don't even see this contact. Back to the battle for the lead. This is Tahari, I believe. Here's Tahari. Oh, loses it on his own. And, wow. Collected by the Ford. Oh. Whoa, wow. What happened there? Collected by the 420. Gets away with very little damage for how high the car was up into the air and how bad that accident sounded. Oh, into the back of Tomer Horoshovsky goes Tal Segal. Tomer Horoshovsky spun round, has to wait. And I'm sure the stewards will have a look at that one. Ido Isaac off the road as well. Wow. Well, everybody going crazy. So Tal Segal into the lead of the race, but I'm sure the stewards will have a look at that one. Looked like just ran over him. This is Ido Isaac. Wow, spin on his own. Same place as last time, so another mistake from Ido Isaac. He's got Dor Malka behind him, and actually, is that? I think that is Mark Subarev. Yes, it is Mark Subarev behind his championship rival Dor Malka. So Dor Malka, difficult race 1, much better race 2. Difficult race 1, very good race 1 for Mark Subarev. Difficult race 2 for Mark Subarev. So things changing around. This is Aviad Yarmakov for second versus Aaron Delitsky. As Horoshovsky spun round once again. Definitely got damage on his rear. We saw that. But, yep, not having best of runs after that incident. Dor Malka, over the grass. Not going to be great for his lap time. Perdi Galili sets the fastest lap of the race in all of this chaos. He's already 48 seconds behind the lead of the race. And so Yehuda Ben Yosef's highest car that has done a pit stop, he's up in 8th. And he's battling Tomer Horoshovsky for 7th. Horoshovsky hit that. It looked like, at least the sound was, like he hit that barrier. And now Pinchas Landui as well in that battle. Ben Yosef gets past. Landui gets past Horoshovsky. I think that's going to be race over for him. Or at least, well, he's going to have to come in and fix that. Ido Isaac on a recovery drive. He's got a chance at second here. And sets the fastest lap of the race by over a second from the last fastest lap of the race. Going down the inside. Can he make that move stick? No! Contact off the road. Ido Isaac, contact with Avia Yarmakov. Dormalka says, thank you very, very much. Up into third now for Dormalka. So Mark Zubrev doesn't like seeing this. He's gaining places from it, but not enough because Dormalka is gaining way more places from it. Dormalka from 13 positions up, 17th where he started. Alsagal, well, depends what kind of penalty and if there's a penalty imposed by the stewards. If there is, we'll see how big it is. Horoshovsky, pit road. Yep. Horoshovsky down onto pit road. Get that car fixed and back out. Cheslandu gone. Too many incident points? Maybe. Could be. I think that's when we see the cars disappear. That means many incident points. A lot of chaos. Still 10 minutes to go in this one. It looks like Tal Segal up in the lead has not struggled too much with the damage that he's had. Well, he struggled in terms of lap time compared to someone like Ido Isaac, but Ido Isaac has been involved in a lot of incidents. He had a chance at victory, and it slipped away. Call it twice for him. He had a chance again when he was just 5 seconds back from the lead. But I don't think that's going to happen anymore. There's definitely kind of a crash up in front. Some kind of contact. Alsagal comfortable in the lead. Aaron Dolitsky comfortable in second. Third for Dormalka. We'll see if he can go fast and catch up to Aaron Dolitsky here. Dormalka on your screens. He's well under pressure from a lap. Mark Zubrev, who's in 16th spot. He's got about 9 seconds until he reaches in the next car. Tomer Hershkovsky in a run through the pits. Loses more positions. Mark Zubrev is going to be his closest competitor now from behind. Offer Mazus has a chance at position. Battle closing in as Ido Isaac gets past Dormalka. Why? Dormalka looked to have really slowed down there. Hey. Maybe slow down penalty because he dropped behind Mark Zubrev and then let Ido Isaac passed as well, so maybe slow down penalty coming in. And brings Ido Isaac back into a podium position. Third on the road. He's got about 5 seconds to Aaron Dolitsky. About 5 laps to go in this one. It's going to be difficult to catch up to that. Alsagal across the line one more time. To start his 9th lap. Starting his 9th lap, that was correct. Safiron may have had an incident somewhere out on track. Look. Coming out of the final turn, oh, and self-spin. But no harm, at least the car wasn't damaged in that one. have another close battle off from Zeus. Close, as well as Bertie Galili getting very close to Eric Lapter. A very bad last lap, and I wonder if this one's going to be any better. Maybe some damage on Eric Lapter's car. 39.2. Wow. Oh, wow. What? Bertie Galili having to avoid that one. And gets past. Does. Just about. Off for Mazus. Recovering from spin. Was that self-imposed, or was it helped by someone? Nope. It's going to be self-imposed. Touches the grass. We've seen cars touch the grass in that section of the circuit. And head off into, well, not the barrier. Not head into the barrier, but they've definitely struggled. And quite a few mistakes in this race, too. Quite a bit of cars going off track. Making silly mistakes, honestly. Silly mistakes. And losing positions. Got a feel for Mark Zubarev. He tried to avoid it at the start and is now just running. Oh, somebody off the road. Definitely down at turn 1. And that is Asaf Yaron, who tries to rejoin and decides that he has had enough. Medvenik versus Anon Zohari. Close and catching up very, very quickly. I think that's not going to be too difficult of a move. Switches to the inside for the braking zone and gets it done. And extremely easily, actually. Caught up and got the move done. Very, very quickly. Mark Zubarev. He's got off from Azus in front. Or Braum gets past the Safiron who's in the pits. Not seeing any other cars having issues. Arendalski comfortable. I mean, as comfortable as he can be. He's got a charging Ida Wyasak behind him. We'll see if Ida Wyasak has enough time to catch up. And we've seen him catch up quite a few times, but then make mistakes and lose those positions. So see how that battle changes there. Dormalka comfortable in 4th. He's running a race for the championship, definitely. He's going to gain some points in this one over Mark Zubarev. Kosogal, remember, he had that contact, so I wonder if there's a penalty incoming. If there is, maybe Ida Isaac can capitalize on it. Depends how big that penalty is. Incident somewhere. That's, I think, Anon Zohari versus Nikolai Lugovsky. Lugovsky getting passed. Is it the other way around? I think it's Lugovsky getting passed. Yep, it was Lugovsky getting past Zohari. Lugovsky's gonna run away from that one. He's been running much, much quicker, definitely. And one cat's disappearing off the track. Onto it. A little bit of a lockup from Lugovsky, but survives. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this one. That'll be 2 laps as they cross the line. Just about. And 2 laps to go in this one. Ari catching up to Lugovsky. Lugovsky definitely made a mistake. I think he has a slowdown. He's cleared it by now. From Halka. Has happened to Ormalka. What happened here? Ormalka comes out of the final turn all on his own into the barrier. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. And engine destroyed as well. That's not going to be a simple fix. It looked fine for him. Dormalka chasing Mark Zubrev for points. It looked easy. It looked so doable. But in the end, it's going to be Mark Zubrev extending his gap. Bertie Galili, the closest challenger to them. He's had a bit of an anonymous afternoon. Dormalka actually comes back out on track. He used the fast repair. But that's not going to be as big of a points gain over Mark Zubrev as he wanted. Lugovsky versus Katz. As Katz goes off the road, Lugovsky takes that position and says, thank you very much. But back to the battle for second. Ido Isaac is caught up quite a bit, and caught up quite a bit to the race leader as well. White flag in the air, final lap. Ido Isaac has been in this position before. He was catching Mark Zubrev, but he's catching Aaron Delitsky at a much greater pace. Aaron Delitsky just has to keep this clean. If he keeps it clean and tidy, I think he's going to just about hold on to this one. But that gap shrinking, 3 tenths, 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths. Gap coming down between these two as they head into the final few kilometers of this circuit, final few miles of it. Final lap board displayed on the left-hand side of your screen, confirming that the white flag we saw on the start-finish straight wasn't fake. And off the road, Ido Isaac outbrakes himself, and Aaron Delitsky can finally breathe. I think he's got this one in the bag. Just keep it clean through the last final turns. We've seen drivers make mistakes, so don't count your chickens, but I think he's going to be fine. Just about fine. Or disappears off the road. That's scary, but survives for now. And he'll just about be able to bring it home. Ido Isaac, another mistake. And, well, it's going to be difficult for him to accept that one as Tal Segal takes the win. Obviously, that investigation over his head for the contact. But provisionally, race winner, Tal Segal ahead of Aaron Delitsky. Then it's Ido Isaac. Then it's going to be Aviad Yarmakov. Yehuda Ben Yosef in 5th, 6th for Bertie Galili, Eric Lapter in 7th, 8th for Dormalka. What a horrible afternoon he had here today. Dima Medvenic's going to be 9th, 10th for Lugovsky, 11th for Tahari, 12th for Katzen. We'll probably have a look at the results. If there's any more battles out on the circuit. And we can have a look at these results. Tal Segal takes the win of the race ahead of Aaron Delitsky, Ido Isaac, Aviad Yarmakov, Yehuda Ben Yosef, Bertie Galili, Eric Lapter, Dormalka, Dima Medvenic, and Nikolai Lugovsky. And Amnon Sahari in 11th, 12th for Alan Katz. Then it's off for Mazus, Mark Zubrev, or Brom, Asaf Yaron, Tomer Horshovsky, Alexei Sorpin, Pinchas Landoy, and Gal Adrian Cohen. That was the silver class, but don't go anywhere. We've got the pros coming up in just a couple of moments' time. Stay with us, and we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back to the track here at Oulton Park, and a very different Oulton Park than what we saw in the silver class race. It's now back to British weather here at Oulton Park. We're having a look at Reem Gross. He sits second in the standings. Behind this man, Rowan Chacha. Oh, off the road. The championship leader off the road. And that's going to be difficult for his first qualifying attempt. And it's not going to be there for the first qualifying attempt. We'll see what he does in the second qualifying attempt. He's got 2 laps here. But not a great start to lap 1. It's definitely raining still. Calm down in a bit, but fastest lap by Arnon Levi. And drivers will start setting fastest laps. Actually, 54.7 now by Nadav Yaron is the quickest. Matty Rosen to third. For Yossi Gabay now. Drivers trying to navigate this very, very treacherous racetrack. Looking through the rest of the field, Daniel Lerman up into third. Got just about enough time to complete another lap. Reem Gross didn't complete the first one. Well, it was unsuccessful, the first one. So we'll see what happens on lap 2. 2 though for Nadav Yaron. Shows about 10 seconds quicker than anybody else. I don't want to believe that. Oh yeah, because yeah, it's showing very weird timings for quite a few drivers. I don't think Nadav Yaron has actually set a time that's 10 seconds quicker. In Sector 1, Tomer Ventura goes to third, and he's not going to have another shot at it. Not enough time. Here's Rowan Chacha, the championship leader. He holds on this time through this turn. Oh, big slide. Massive slide. Reem Gross to the top. 52.9. 1.6 seconds ahead of anybody else. Rowan Chacha, he's got one final turn to navigate. Can he make it to pole here? Can he keep his record of pole positions? A little bit of a wiggle there. And coming to the line, Rowan Chacha only to 4th, championship leader, only to 4th position, spins out in turn 1. Nadav Yaron in second. Tan Baba in third. Reem Gross, fantastic lap by him, 1.4 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Itai Zarbel, he's on his out lap. No, he's on his first push lap. But I don't believe he'll have enough time to finish it. No, won't have enough time to finish it. So it looks like this is our qualifying order. Just wait for these final few seconds to tick down. And Reem Gross, Rowan Chacha down to 5th. Not a great performance for the championship leader. He's got a big gap though, so not the end of the world. But here is your qualifying results. Reem Gross takes pole position ahead of Nadav Yaron. It's then Daniel Lerman, Tyon Baba, and then we've got Rowan Chacha, Gilead Heskia, Arnon Levi, Tomer Ventura, Matty Rosen, Ayali Kanovitsky, then it's Yossi Gabay, Ran Zazzoni, Omri Farag, and Yuval Merrick in 13th and 14th. 15th goes to Idel Baltsan, and Itai Zarbel rounds out the field in 16th position. As we get ready to go. Reem Gross with Nadav Yaron on the front row of the grid. Championship leader, Rowan Chacha in 5th. The gap between first and second in the championship is 50 points between Rowan Chacha and Reem Gross. Ranzazzoni is 3rd with 2 points the difference to Reem Gross, and Daniel Lerman 4 points behind Ranzazoni and 6 behind Reem Gross. Then Kainoivitsky and Merrick equal on points in 5th. Then the drivers heading on, and Nadav Yaron in 7th, Heskey in 8th, 9th for Ardon Levi, and 10th for Ty Zarbel. It's actually a big battle for 10th. So from 10th to 14th, it's 6 points separating the drivers. So big battle for 10th, big battle for 1st. Rowan Chacha has won all races but one this season, and the one that he didn't win was last time out in Portimao, the 2nd race in Portimao. So this time he's going to try and do something here. It's going to be difficult, especially in the rain. Lots of things can happen as the drivers prepare to go. It's lights out. How good of a start was that from Rowan Chacha? I think it was pretty decent. He's going down the inside. He's trying to go up into 3rd. Doesn't happen. I think he might just about hold on to 4th, and a lot of cars really struggling for traction out of turn 1, but very clean start. Everybody being super duper careful. Rowan Chacha around the outside. Can he make it round the outside? I think he just about can, into 3rd. Beautiful move. Quite a few cars struggling a little bit for grip, but everybody out of turn 1 super duper clean. And that is, somebody had a little bit of contact, but Reem Gross has lost the lead to Daniel Lerman, and I think he's going to lose 2nd place to Rowan Chacha. Nope, not yet. Uses the outside line, does Reem Gross, and he's actually got a run at Daniel Lerman now. Reem Gross going to the inside. Rowan Chacha had to avoid that one. Definitely avoid, I call it. And still drivers super tight in between each other. Going in to the braking zone here. To the outside goes Chacha, using a little bit of the grass even on entry. We've seen drivers touch the grass. Oh, off the road! Nadav Yaron spins out, and we're finally seeing drivers start to make mistakes. It was such a clean run through at least the first sector. This is the 2 championship leaders. Rowan Chacha, the championship leader. Reem Gross 2nd in the championship, battling for 2nd place in this race, battling for 1st because it's a freeway fight for 1st. Big slide, huge slide from Daniel Lerman, who might just lose that position to Reem Gross. He does lose that position to Reem Gross. A little bit of a touch on the back, I think, or at least just a little wiggle in the braking zone. Daniel Lerman spins out Reem Gross, and they touch, and Daniel Lerman on his roof. And somebody coming, oh, that was a bad rejoin from Reem Gross. Ardon Levi now leads the motor race ahead of San Baba and ahead of Rowan Chacha. Trying to get past San Baba. We'll have a look at that replay once again, if we can find it. But, wow, how quickly things change. I was saying they're doing a good job. Rowan Chacha into the lead. Oh, somebody off, definitely in the background. Oh, and a touch as well. So mistakes now coming in for everybody. But what happened there for Reem Gross? Find it. Barriers, definitely. Here we go. I think we found Reem Gross, the incident there. So coming side by side and gets spun out. Just gets collected. And what happens here? So trying to rejoin. Oh, yikes. That's a bad rejoin. Definitely very bad rejoin. And Reem Gross out of it. Well, he's still continuing on. He's going to try and gain back positions. It's definitely easier when it's wet. I think the track's drying out. Definitely. Oof, big slide from San Baba in front. Rowan Chacha doing what Rowan Chacha does. Leads the race by almost 3 seconds now. But this battle for the final podium spot, really hot. Ranzazoni, Nadav Yaron, and Ardon Levi trying to hold on to that position as Ardon Levi up into 2nd and almost spins round. So everybody's spinning round. Who's 2nd now? Tan Baba 2nd. Nadav Yaron into 3rd. somebody down pit road. And, or no, Levi, down pit road. Damage, I guess. And Zoni now in 5th. Where's Reem Gross? So Reem Gross still on track in 9th. I think he's going to gain a few spots. Now it's Nadav Yaron versus Tan Baba for 2nd place. Wow, a lot of drivers being involved in a lot of things. Yuval Merrick up to 4th, 10 positions gained. Itai Zarbel up to 6th, 10 positions gained. So beautiful racing by them. And Tan Baba off the road. Nope, definitely. What happened here? Right, Tan Baba off the road. Right. Let's have a look at a replay. A lot of things happening. Oh, can't see actually how he did go off track, so we'll leave that one to our imagination. Actually, this might be it. Let's see if this is it. So from 2nd place, Tan Baba off the road. Here we go. Yep. So this is going to be it. He goes to the inside, tries to find the dryer line on the circuit. Turns in, but way too fast, and oh, that could have ended just one way, and it did end that way, unfortunately. Oh, Daniel Lerman. What happened here? Car destroyed in the barrier, and wow, so once leader of the race, same turn, loses the rear, off the road, boom, into the barrier. Fastest lap of the race still, Rowan Chacha. He's gotten comfortable with this rain. He's actually the only driver who set a valid lap time, hasn't gotten a track limit warning, hasn't had a lap time deleted from track limits. Nadav Yaron up into 2nd, exactly where he started. Felt like the race had slipped away from him when he spun, but turns out you just have to survive. Yuval Merrick, fantastic run by him, 11 positions gained. Same for Itai Zarbel, 11 positions gained. Oh, this is a battle for Reem Gross going up, and Reem Gross up into 8th now. Good job by Reem. Catching up now to Ernon Levi, 0.7 of a second. But that is not great news considering Rowan Chacha's lead of the race. Not great news for the championship. Definitely a crash up in front. We heard bodywork crushing. Around the outside does Reem Gross. Wow. Incredible move by Reem Gross to take it around the outside. Similar to what we saw from Rowan Chacha in turn 1. Yuval Merrick, incident, spin, yes, definitely. And from a podium place, down to 4th now. What happened here? Did anybody help out in this spin? I'm going to guess no, because any other car's very far back. I think he just caught a puddle there. And spin from the puddle. Rowan Chacha, he doesn't need to, but he sets another fastest lap of the race. Finally, we get the timing tower on the left-hand side to appear. This is, yep, the timing tower, your results on the left-hand side, and Rowan Chacha, wow. It's still raining, not much, but it's still raining, and it feels like it's coming in and out, so track not drying up. It felt like it was drying up for a moment. It felt like the rain had stopped, but I think the rain's back, and we'll not be seeing much faster lap. What a slide from Rowan Chacha. So qualifying, he struggled in that one, but in the race, wow, showing incredible pace, incredible lap times, and leads it by a big margin now. Reem Gross up into 7th. Made a pit stop, repaired the car, and back out to racing. 1.8 behind Itai Zarbel. Looking at his gaps, with 10 minutes, oh, a little bit wide, but just how much time he's gaining on, for example, Itai Zarbel. Last lap, 2:05.6. Reem Gross, last time round, gained 11 seconds. Is that right? I don't feel it is. Unless everybody else spun. Town Baba involved in something here. Renzazoni gets past him. Sion Baba, definitely an issue. Definitely damage. Itai Zarbel gets past. Reem Gross will be the next one to pass. If he can do it safely, he does just about. That's very the difficult part of the track to do it, especially in the wet, but awkwardly gets past. Reem Gross, look at how much time he's gaining on Itai Zarbel now. Reem Gross, one of the faster cars on track. Only Ron Chacha is quicker at the moment, but we think Reem Gross has a bit of damage. He's going to go around the outside. San Baba goes off into the gravel trap, and Reem Gross going to be up into 5th anytime. Nope, not now. Itai Zarbel holds on to it, but not a great exit. Reem Gross will try and make a move here. To the inside he goes. And not enough just yet, but very wide from Zarbel. Not enough. So, but they're catching up now, actually, to Renzazoni for 4th position. Reem Gross, 53.9 last time round. Impressive pace. Still stuck, but not taking unnecessary risks. He knows he cannot catch the leader. He doesn't need to take a crazy risk and you know, just bin the race or nothing. So tries to be smart about making these moves. And now is side by side down this straight. We know it's got quite a few puddles. So drivers do have to be very, very careful, and gets the move done because Zarbel, he gets out of that one. Lifts off. Smart, I would call it. Because, well, yeah, it would have been difficult otherwise, I think. And now, Reem Gross in with a shot at P4 from Renzazoni. He's then looking at Yuval Merrick, who's in 3rd. And got a chance, definitely, to catch up and pass. Pace he's got at the moment. Got enough time to do it. Trying inside outside. Trying to get his competitors to make a mistake. Trying to get Renzazoni to make a mistake. But Ran holding on for now. He's not looking too much at what Reem Gross is doing. It looks like for quite a few of these drivers, this is definitely more about surviving it than trying to be super duper fast. At least the lap time differences say so. Round the outside goes Reem Gross. Maybe finds a drier line round the outside through that hairpin turn. Rents and Reem Gross trying down the inside into the chicane. Gets very, very sideways over that curb. And still side by side once again with Renzazoni. Got in front and then lost those valuable seconds into this braking zone. Can Reem Gross do something here? No, he's hanging back. He's being very smart about it. He's not trying to force those moves too much. He knows he's got a bit of time. And yep, doesn't want to make any silly mistakes. Doesn't want to lose time. There's somebody definitely in a barrier. Merrick! Yuval Merrick! Off the road. What happened there? Reem Gross is going to go to the inside. Let's see if he makes that move. We've got that replay lined up. Yes, he does, because Renzazoni locks up and waves him through pretty much. Look at this. So what happened here? Yuval Merrick Oh, catches a tiny, tiny bit of that puddle, and looks like that's car broken as well for Yuval Merrick. Reem Gross, 5 seconds behind Nadav Yaron, who's definitely got an issue. Second place, so the driver's behind going off the road. But there's definitely an issue with this car. And Reem Gross catching up very quickly. What happened here? So Nadav Yaron, he's been off track. Been off track, but that doesn't explain him going so slowly. All of a sudden. Oh, actually, it does, because it looks like he's kind of back up to pace now. It is. So Nadav Yaron back up to pace. Reem Gross, he's within striking distance, even though Nadav Yaron has been quick. He started on second. But Reem Gross has a chance to catch up. He's been quicker this race, definitely. Reem Gross up into third because drivers ahead have made mistakes. And Reem Gross had a chance at second. By the way, half a minute in front of this whole pack is your race leader, Nadav Yaron. But Reem Gross, just think about it for a second. He made a pit stop. He's been in the... Oh, off the road. That's ran to Zoni, spun round, all on his own. And Itai Zarbel now up into 4th place. Reem Gross, just think about him for a second. He was involved in that crash with Daniel Lerman and has recovered, been in the pits, fixed the car, back out on track, and fighting for second. In a podium position right now and fighting for second. They've got about 3 laps remaining in this one because Rowan Chacha so far in front. I think he's planning to maybe drop a bit of pace. He dropped 2 seconds somewhere, so maybe a little mistake. Actually, it does say he was off the road. We'll stick with this battle for now. We'll see what happened to the leader. I think he was just had an off-road excursion somewhere. So this is Reem Gross versus Nadav Yaron into the final couple of laps of this race. Reem Gross, remember, started from pole, has been, I think he was last at one point, or close to last. He was in the pits, got his car fixed, and now is battling for second place. Goes to the outside, to the inside, tries to do something on the brakes. Nope, doesn't work. He's going to be patient about this one. Let's have a look at what happened to the leader. Oh, a little bit of a lockup, but survives it. That's the most important part. Gotta survive it. Mistakes are made in the wet, but you gotta survive those mistakes, and that's the important part. Reem Gross to the inside. He's trying to force this one over Nadav Yaron. And touch! They both survived that one somehow. Still side by side as they head into what I'd call it the penultimate corner on the brakes. Reem Gross was on the drier side of the track. On the drier side when they need to accelerate. They're still going to be side by side as they head down into turn 1. I think Reem Gross has just about got this one, but they're still going to be side by side. He makes the move stick. Reem Gross from pole to pit lane to second place now. Beautiful run by Reem Gross, definitely. I'm sure he's enjoying this one as well. Let's have a look again at your race leader. He's going to start the final lap of the race when he crosses the line. 32 seconds, that gap. He's lapped everyone up to P11. Pretty impressive, because pretty much everybody else is not running after that, actually. Yep, everybody else is in the pits, or I think they've gotten too many incident points. This is Matty Rosen versus Gilead Heskia for 9th place. They're about a minute 22 behind the leader. They've both been in the pits as well to repair their cars. Round the outside, Matty Rosen, what a move, and gets up into 9th. Rowan Chacha, just to rub it in for everyone, 52-0. Actually, now we've got Reem Gross running alone. See what lap times he can produce. On the other hand, he doesn't have to take that same risk that Rowan Chacha's taken. So, Rowan Chacha driving slowly. That's false claim from the timing system that threw up a very strange message. Final lap of the race starts now. So what does Reem Gross do? 55-1. Obviously was overtaking in turn 1, but that's not going to cost him 3 seconds. So Idle Beltsan. Yep. Stopped in a strange place. He reverse. Have a look. Brake, 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 brake. Stops. And then reverses. Okay. Smart move, but I think there's an escape route there. Pretty sure. Here's your race leader, Rowan Chacha. We've seen him be unstoppable a couple of times this season. This has to be another level. Obviously, his rivals had incidents. Oh! Oh, wow. That was intense. But I think Rowan Chacha is going to survive this one. Difficult conditions at Oulton Park. Not difficult enough to stop. Rowan Chacha, who takes his, I believe, 6th win of the season. Another win for your championship leader. Reem Gross, gotta say, fantastic run by him to get 2nd here. Just again, it has to survive these final few turns and will secure his 2nd place in race 1. And does so brilliantly. Reem Gross from pit lane to 2nd place. Remember, now we've got race 2. Top 10 gets reversed. We'll see what Rowan Chacha can do. Matty Rosen gets that pole position for race 2. Unless something happens in front, but I don't think it will. It's got Ido Baltsan there. But that gap pretty much stable for them. So, just wait for these oh, off wide is Heskia. Survives. A lot of drivers just trying to get to the end, it seems like. More on a mission to survive than on a mission to more on a mission to survive than on a mission to be the fastest out on track. And that's sometimes what these wet races throw up. So, no change in these. Looking at the wrong results. Looking at qualifying. We don't need to see qualifying. Hold on. Heat 1, race 1, as Rowan Chacha takes the win ahead of Reem Gross, Nadav Yaron, Itai Zarbel, Rantizoni, Ernon Levi, Omri Farag, Gilead Heskia, Ido Baltsan, Matty Rosen in 10th, 11th for Yuval Merrick, then it's Sound Baba, Tomer Ventura, Yossi Gabe, Ayali Kanevitsky, and Daniel Lerman down in 16th. Matty Rosen on pole, as we said, for this race. See how well he can do. And again, I think we're talking about very much a race for survival for these drivers. It's still raining. It's still difficult conditions. This is not going to be easy as the lights come on. And the drivers get ready, and we're off once again. Some difficult getaways further down in the field. But I think everybody's getting through it relatively cleanly. Here's Levi Eskia, Reem Gross. Where's Reem Gross? He's in 8th. Rowan Chacha in 8th now. Reem Gross up into 7th. These are the two championship protagonists. Incident in front of Chacha. Chacha had to avoid it, but I think he's gotten away with it, away without too much damage out of that one. At least no damage, I think. And gets passed by Lerman. Actually there, Matty Rosen continues to hold the lead. This is Nadav Uron versus Gilead Heskia. Reem Gross up into 5th. Good job by him to be 5th. Great job by him to be 5th, actually. Starting from 9th. Aaron Chacha will have some work to do if he wants to win this one once again. This is Nadav Uron. He's got a chance at Gilead Heskia into that braking zone. Omri Farag off the road, and Omri Farag and Rancizoni off the road. Went off together, side by side, and they have to let drivers through as Reem Gross comes through and says, "Thank you very much," up into 3rd for free, I call it, because he didn't have to even overtake anyone. Everybody just parted way. Just went off the road, gave him the positions. Some of these races are really like that. Survive and you're there. And it's definitely showing in the wet here. Daniel Lerman gaining positions up into 7th now from last on the grid. As we continue to look at the drivers, Reem Gross up into 3rd. Matty Rosen leads the race. Oh, somebody definitely spun. At least it sounded like it. Daniel Lerman almost takes out Rowan Chacha on the exit of turn 1 as Daniel Lerman went completely sideways and almost took out the championship leader. And this is Nadav Uron versus Gilead Heskia. Oh, slide. Or somebody. Lerman. Lerman off the road. Definitely Lerman off the road. Catch a replay. Chacha battling. That is Nadav Uron. Side by side into the chicane. Still side by side as the 4 of Heskia goes off. It's a position gain for Chacha. He's got 3.5 seconds to Reem Gross. 3 seconds to Reem Gross. So this is definitely side by side. That's Omri Farah getting past. Yuval Merrick using that opportunity as well. Away with it. This is Rancizoni getting past Yossi Gabe for 11th. Volmeric, who's battling Omri Farag for 6th. Reem Gross, fastest lap of the race. Rowan Chacha, a little bit slower. Obviously had to get past drivers, so makes sense. This goes. This is Itai Zarbel. Oh, off the road is Farag. Almost back onto it. But losing time once again. Drivers struggling to survive in these conditions. But putting it very, very sideways. Both of them. Both Reem Gross and Rowan Chacha, the 2 championship protagonists. Really making their cars work for it, I call it. making themselves work for it as well. I mean, they are the ones who are having to control these cars going completely sideways. Matty Rosen, where has this space come from? 53.9 last time round. It was just 4/10 slower than Reem Gross, faster than Rowan Chacha. It was obviously overtaking, but still. Matty Rosen at the front of the field, feeling looks to be pretty comfortable. Not under pressure from Arnon Levi. Definitely was almost spins, does a half spin, and Rowan Chacha gets past him. Wow. Arnon Levi, did he get collected there when he was trying to rejoin or what? Spin. Comes back to it. Presses on the throttle and then spins out anyway. So we go from 2nd to 8th. Is Arnon Levi now? 7th. Up into 7th. He's overtaken Gilad Heskia. Just about. Move done. Back to Chacha, who's catching up now. 51.6 track, definitely improving. And drivers probably going quicker as well, maybe taking more risks, is Rowan Chacha. Hear a bit more of the rain coming in, so it's getting a bit heavier once again. So who's gonna close in quicker? Is it Gross on Rosen or is it Chacha on Gross? See what happens. That's Arnon Levi losing positions. It probably had something happen in the chicane, but let's head back to this battle for the lead. Rosen, Gross, Chacha. Your top 3. Rosen doing a fantastic job right now, holding on to P1. We'll see how much he wants to fight for it. I'm sure he'll try and be smart about it. He's gonna try and do anything crazy. He knows he can hold on to a nice podium finish here. Because these two, well, they're definitely quicker. They are quicker. 2 seconds almost gained last lap. Reem Gross goes to the inside. That's his move being made for the race lead. Doesn't happen. He knows he needs to do it now because he knows he needs to put a bit of a buffer between him and Chacha. To the inside goes Gross into the super fast left. And actually, it's a quicker line for Matty Rosen, and this gives an opportunity for Chacha, who tries to go down the inside. Reem Gross tries to take it around the outside. Is he going to be quick around the outside? I think he is. Just about makes the move stick for the lead. And now Chacha's going to go side by side with Rosen into the chicane. How much is Rosen going to fight for it? Not too much. He's smart about it. He knows this isn't his battle to fight. Arnon Levi taking a trip in the gravel somewhere. But, yep, Matty Rosen did a fantastic job to hold on to the lead for this long. But decides it's not his fight, really. I don't think it is. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job, but obviously these two much quicker. The quickest 2 cars on track by far. Chacha to the outside, trying to make the move on Gross. Chacha into the gravel, and I think not in the wall somehow. Chacha off the road. Wow. He tried to get it done. Didn't happen. Here we go on board. Chacha just locks up on entry. Tried to do a crazy move. Actually puts it in reverse to stop the car. And, well, now back out on track in P3. How has Reem Gross lost the position to Matty Rosen? Off track as well. Matty Rosen off track. That's definitely Matty Rosen off track. He's going to rejoin. Still in second. Rowan Chacha, he's going to have one hell of a fight on his hands. So what happened here? Something happened, I think, on the exit of 1. Matty Rosen spun off again. I saw him being passed by Chacha. Chacha may have crashed. They touched. Oh, they both went off. Okay. Interesting to see. Track conditions getting worse. I think the rain is becoming more, at least looking at my timing screen, it definitely says the rain is heavier now. I think the track's flooding a bit more. So drivers arriving at some turns, expecting something else than what they received. This is Kanoivitsky versus Ferig. Braking zone into the chicane. Kanoivitsky might be able to do it. Yes, he does it. Beautiful move around the outside. Beautiful overtake. That was Rowan Chacha. Man on a mission now. He's possessed. He knows he's got Reem Gross up in front. 155.2 for Reem Gross last time round. Rowan Chacha, even with that off-track excursion, 156.4. That's how big the pace difference here is. Omri Farag, will he try and come back at Kanoivitsky? I don't think he will. Actually, their pace is pretty similar. So it might not be that much out of the question. These are your two race leaders. At the bottom, you can see their live sectors at the moment. Matty Rosen, something's happened to Matty Rosen. Oh, he's definitely been off. We'll keep the bottom screen showing the same, but Matty Rosen, so unfortunate for him. Let's see what happened. Oh, just on the slippery part, the racing line, the dry racing line has become so wet now that it's almost impossible to drive. Wow, so Rowan Chacha, how big the pace difference is between him and Reem Gross. 1.6 seconds faster in Sector 2. 0.8 faster in Sector 1. I don't know if it's a combined difference or if it's per second difference. Or 4 for Gross. And 51.4 for Rowan Chacha. I thought the track was getting worse. Chacha doesn't see it that way. That's a 3-second gain. That's huge. Reem Gross, pole sitter. Remember, pole sitter is now struggling. Those sectors on your screen. Another half-second gain. So this is definitely, the graphic is showing per sector the gain or the loss between the drivers. Well, we do have cars. So somebody off again. Silent Bob off the road. Gonna getter himself up. Losing more time. Somebody in the pits. That's why. I want to stay with this lead battle. We can ride on board with Rowan Chacha. See his lines. Look at that. He's trying to avoid the dry racing line where it's super duper slippery. And it's also a bit more wet on that dry racing line. Trying to avoid the puddles as well. Sometimes maybe short shifting a little bit, shifting up a little bit earlier just to not have as much wheel spin. That brakes on the inside. avoids the slippery part. Look at how slippery it gets once he gets to that slippery part. Gets it under control somehow on the exit. Again, look at that, finding those dry lines. Finding those wet lines and trying to avoid the dry lines. Let's have a look with Reem Gross, his on board. See how big those differences are. Wow, another huge 2-second gain. Look at that, Reem Gross on the outside in turn 1, using a lot of that runoff area. That's another 2 seconds lost. That Reem Gross on the inside. Rowan Chacha a little bit wider, and that's where he gains that time. Because you look even in Sector 1, the gain is marginal. But still, on such a short sector, look at that, 7/10. That's massive this time round. Even on such a short sector, so much time gained by Chacha. And look at that, different lines for the braking. And this is where he gains the time. Just choosing the correct lines. Reem Gross has to be looking in his mirror and seeing Rowan Chacha just getting closer and closer and closer. He's gonna definitely fight him again. I have no doubt he will. But again, the question is, you know, how well he's going to do it. Those break points correct. On track. Going to be 2 to go as they cross the line next time round. Gap coming down. Rowan Chacha improves his middle sector this time. Quicker, but Reem Gross, sorry, improves his middle sector this time. Rowan Chacha not able to gain as much. But these are the differences. Before we get to this lead battle, this is a battle for the final spot on the podium. Yuval Merrick versus Nadav Yaron. Just yet. Back to the leaders. Another 2.2 seconds gained by Chacha. It's wow. It's gonna be so difficult for Reem Gross. He's gonna have to put that car in places where Chacha wants to go, so that Chacha has to take that suboptimal line. Here we go through the super fast left. Gross trying the outside. Now they're going to switch lines, and we know that Chacha was braking on the inside there, but Gross just has that bit more speed off the road. Off the road, Gross into the wall as well. I think he survived it in terms of he's going to get to the end of the race. He's got about half a minute behind him, but Rowan Chacha just put the pressure on and got it done. Wow. This is Nadav Yaron. They're half a second back from the lead pair. Ty Zarbel exploring the track. Doesn't help in terms of lap time. Matty Rosen, that puts him up in 6th. This is Yuval Merrick versus Nadav Yaron for the final spot on the podium. Next time they cross the line, it will be the white flag, and it will be 1 to go. This race sounded like a little bit of a hit of that barrier. Gross definitely losing time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. To the outside comes Yuval Merrick on Nadav Yaron into the braking zone. Merrick trying to find a way through somehow, but Yaron is putting that car in beautiful positions. Not able to find a way through. Oh, spin, half spin. That destroys the battle. That there's no chance at catching back up. Yuval Merrick makes a mistake. That's going to lose him a bit too much time to be able to gain back. This is your race leader. He's on the final lap of the race now. He's driven fantastically here, to be honest. He's done a brilliant job And, he had that mistake, but he's bounced back from it incredibly. So, really fantastic job. Can't fault him at all. And it's a shame for Reem Gross, definitely. Itai Zarbel, I think he's collected too many incidents. What's Valmerk back at it? Actually, so caught up to Nadav Yaron. Incredibly, somehow. Trying to put down the power and trying to slide away and to get those positions. To get that position, that final podium place. But Rowan Chacha, he's going to do 2 race wins here at Oulton Park in the wet. He's only missed 1 race win this season. He gets another one into his bag. 7 out of 8. Rowan Chacha dominates. And Reem Gross will be in second position. Good run by him. 2 second places. The first one maybe a little bit more difficult than the second one was. Nadav Yaron is going to take third because Yuval Merrick, well, he's lost quite a bit of time somewhere. Matty Rosen, though, battle for position against Arnon Levi. And maybe something into these final few turns. Let's see. Into the final real turn and the final braking zone of the track they come. Rosen to the outside, Levi to the inside. He is going to try and make it around the outside. No, it doesn't happen. So Matty Rosen will finish down in 6th. Unfortunate for him. Definitely, he was looking great for that podium spot, but in the end, just wasn't enough. Let's have a look at the race results. Race 2, Rowan Chacha wins once again. We said it many times this year. That's Reem Gross, Nadav Yaron, Yuval Merrick, Arnon Levi, Matty Rosen, Rancizoni, Ayali Kanovitsky, Tan Baba, Yossi Gabay, Tomer Ventura, Ido Baltzan, Omri Farag, Itai Zarbel, Gilead Heskia, and Daniel Lerman in 16th spot. And those are your results for race 2, and that is round number 8. Well, race number 8 or round number 4 of the championship at Oulton Park. We've got, and I don't want to mess up here, so I have to check once again. We've got 2 more rounds to go. We've got August 10th and August 26th. We've got Spa next, and then Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Dino Ferrari from, or as you might know it as, Imola. So those are your results for race number 2, and we'll see you all in exactly 2 weeks' time. Actually, not exactly on 2 weeks' time, because the next one's coming on Saturday. So August 10th, we'll see you all back out on track to see who will qualify for the FIA Motorsport Games 2024.